Hey, John.
Hey, how's it going, Chandler?
It's going good. So, today, SCP-002, right? Object class Euclid SCP-002 is to remain connected to a suitable power supply at all times to keep it in what appears to be a recharging phase. Was it fucking Kindle? Um, in case of electrical outages, the emergency barrier between the object and the facility is to be closed and immediately evacuated. Once facility power is reestablished, alternative bursts of X-ray ultraviolet light must strobe the area until SCP-002 is reaffixed to the power supply
Huh.
and return to recharging mode. Containment area is to be kept at negative air pressure at all times. So it's a vacuum in there.
There's a vacuum in there, or it's under vacuum?
Both. It is under a vacuum. They have a vacuum on top of the containment facility, and it is a vacuum.
Oh, it's literally under and under vacuum.
uh, teams, uh, teams including a minimum of 2 members are required within 20 meters of the SCP, or its containment area. Personnel should maintain physical contact with one other at all times to confirm that there is another person present,
Hmm.
as perception may be dulled, skewed, or influenced by damn influenced by proxy to the object. So it's a warping thing that needs. It's a Kindle that warps the world around
Interesting.
it. Need to keep it charged under a vacuum, in vacuum. Uh, and it warps like stuff around it. Interesting. No personnel below level 3 are permitted within SCP-002. This requirement may be waived via written authority from 2 off-site level 4 administrators.
It's always the off-site ones that get to call the
Right.
shots, you know.
Well, it's like, why not the on-site one? Well, they might be a little biased.
You know, the off-site ones have the college education, so they're just
Yeah.
right, you know.
It's always you appeal to some other authority. It's like, well, I'm fine enough authority, but no, 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 no. We need someone other than you to administrate this. Command staff issue such a warrant must be escorted by at least 5 level 3 security personnel. Good God, what is this? Like, not only does it have to be, um, like, it has to have some off-site people do it. It also has to have a fucking armed security letter opener with it too.
Huh.
So I
What
think I
I'm
think
what
the
I'm interested
foundation.
about is the 2 members that are required within 20 meters. Okay, so got to be within range, but they have to literally maintain physical contact at all
Yeah.
times.
So they're just like locked arms.
I guess, or
Like hi ho, hi ho.
maybe they're like holding hands and just like casually skipping down the road.
uh, but like, okay, I understand the SCP Foundation has a lot of like security stuff. Like everything's behind a fucking like 10-foot wide like blast door, but 5 level 3 security personnel, right, have to escort it. Is the letter dangerous? Is the waiver dangerous? Like,
Right. Or
uh,
is this just bureaucracy in place?
right. Like you have some politician going there on the road and it's like, do you really need the entire police force following you? Like, you're not that important. No one gives that much of shit about you.
Some guy was writing the operating procedure for this, and he's like, "All right, this needs to be escorted by at least what's a good number?
That's a good number. Someone is
Five.
like,
Five
it's
sounds right.
5 o'clock, right? And he's like, five. 5 sounds good. Level 3 security personnel for the duration of their contact and must temporarily suspend their rank and security clearance. Whoa, okay. So you have to have these people that have worked their way up to level 3 security personnel. Then they have to they grab it and they're like, I'm just Joe now, and then walk with it.
Now, tell me, what does it take to get to level 3 security?
I have obviously level 1 and level 2.
Oh, yeah, yeah, okay.
But I have no idea like what I would love to see the requirement sheet, right? Like you have job openings, and it's like you have to have this many year of like, physical training and all this kind of stuff. Like I want to see the job posting for level 3 security personnel. I want to see that document.
I'll see if I can find that document.
uh Duration, their content must suspend their rank and security clearance. Following contact, command staff will be escorted at least 5 kilometers from SCP-002 to undergo a 72-hour quarantine and psychological evaluation. Okay, wait. Are we still just talking about escorting the document?
I believe so. I don't think we've even talked about what said
It
SCP
is.
even is, yeah.
So, if I'm reading this correctly, which I totally could be, um, I totally could not be, I mean, is that you have to have 5 people, high level,
Level 3.
have to suspend all of that, basically give up their careers for just a moment, and then have to go under quarantine and an evaluation carrying this letter,
This must be
the scariest letter.
in the world.
Like, I don't understand. Yet again, I think this is one of those things where like a department's given a budget, but if they don't use the full budget at the end of the year, they lose portions of it. So they have to just kind of spend it on random shit. Okay, they get a 72 psych evaluation, and next year and quarantine. Uh, just
Yeah.
trying to find some way to use up the budget.
Hey, so I have here the document telling what levels are, what is required for each level.
Okay, let's go through this. Let's see.
All right, level 0, for official use only. Level 0 security clearances are given to non-essential personnel with no need to access information regarding anomalous objects or entities in Foundation containment. Level 0 access is typically held by personnel in non-secured clerical, logistics, or janitorial positions at the facility with no access to operational data. Okay, so just like
The janitor.
the janitor.
The janitor and like the secretary.
Level 1, confidential. Level 1 security clearances are given to personnel working in proximity but with no direct, indirect, or informational access to anomalous objects or entities in containment. Level 1 security clearances are typically granted to personnel working in clerical, logistical, or janitorial positions at facilities with containment capability or otherwise must handle sensitive information.
Gotcha.
So
the
janitor level 2.
so the janitor who's got to access, you know, the cleaning logs, like
Yeah.
this is some high security cleaning logs. There's shit everywhere. This is the type of soap you need. This is high clearance.
Level 2, restricted. Level 2 security clearances are given to security and research personnel that require direct access to information regarding anomalous objects and entities in containment. Most research staff, field agents, and containment specialists hold a level 2 security clearance.
I was really hoping you would say janitor. Janitorial. I was waiting for it. I was like, for security and, units and janitorial. It'd be like, shit, janitorial. You got to get in it.
Hey, at the final level, there's got to be someone that goes in, does the dirty work,
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see that.
Okay.
All right, so level 3, secret. Level 3 security clearances are given to senior security and research personnel that require in-depth data regarding the source, recovery circumstances, and long-term planning for anomalous objects and entities in containment. Most research staff, project managers, security officers, response team members, and mobile task force operatives hold a level 3 security clearance.
Okay, so that's
And janitors.
and janitors. Dude, I see like a level 5, right? Janitor that's just got like a broom that's got like a scope on it, and he's just super. He's trained for decades to get to level 5 janitorial.
Yeah.
Okay, so level 3 is like the big boys, like serious people.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like. But wait, there's more.
Oh wait, there's lower.
Level 4, top secret. Level 4 security clearances are given to senior administration that require access to site-wide and or regional intelligence, as well as long-term strategic data regarding Foundation operations and research projects. Level 4 security clearances are typically only held by site directors, security directors, mobile task force commanders, and janitors.
And janitors. Okay, gotcha.
No, janitors don't go this high.
Okay, so region wide. Now I find that very interesting because like region wide, does it specify region? It just says region.
No,
Nothing
yeah,
else.
just regional wide.
So maybe there's another document that has regions, but like when they say regionals, they're like, okay, is that the county? Is that the state? Is that the district? Is that the the municipality? Is that the country? Right.
Yeah, I
So
don't think this document goes into much detail on that.
is there level 5?
There is level 5.
There is a level 5. Okay.
Level 5, Thamiel. Level 5 security clearances are given to the highest ranking administrative personnel within the Foundation and grant effectively unlimited access to all strategic and otherwise sensitive data. Level 5 security clearance are typically only granted to O5 council members and selected staff. And janitors.
All right. And janitors. I could see the O5, like they're all sitting around a table and they're like, okay, we've got a universe-ending threat. And there's a guy behind him just like sweeping. He's mopping the floor and they're like, this thing could end existence as we know it. Just
his ear is, he's sweeping, just trying to act natural, but his ear is like listening.
Level 5 clearance janitor.
Yep. So those are the 5 levels. Now, there's personnel classifications. There's different staff titles, but let's talk about those later.
Yeah. Okay. So 5 people have to escort the letter with the letter opener, I assume. They all have to go under quarantine. They lose their rank and classification during quarantine and psychological evaluation. So that is one important letter, I guess. If deemed fit for return to duty by psych staff, rank and security clearance may be restored when quarantine expires.
May be.
May be.
May not be also?
May not. So you've been deemed fit, but we're also just not going to give it. That is one of those psych people that has a vendetta against the person. Right? It's like, yeah, they're fit to go back, but fuck them.
So, being assigned to this SCP, you can quite literally lose your whole security
career.
clearance.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to work on this one for the potential of death like all the other ones. I wouldn't want to work on it purely for the fact that like you come home, hey honey, how was work? I lost my promotions, all of them. That's 5 years worth of work gone. Why?
Yeah.
Oh, the psych evaluator was a dick. Okay. Description.
Oh,
okay, now we get a C. Here we go.
Here we go.
SCP-002 resembles a tumorous, fleshy growth with a volume of roughly 6 meters squared, or
60.
2,000, 60 meters square. I add and remove zeros all the time. Or 2,000 feet cubed. Oh yes, 60 meters cubed, 2,000 feet cubed. That is a big boy. Is that a big boy? I feel like that's a big boy.
Mm, I
Um,
I believe so.
you believe so? An iron valve hatch on one side leads to an interior which appears to be standard low rent apartment of modest size. Modest size. Okay, I'm not gonna take modesty from the SCP Foundation because like they're working with literal life-ending, galaxy-ending entities. I'm pretty sure the janitor with level 5 ranking makes like a pretty penny because just cleaning the floors is a life-threatening fucking job.
Well, imagine going, because it says it has an iron valve hatch, leads to a standard low rent apartment of modest size. So
Yeah.
somebody's got to clean in there.
Right?
That's inside this,
Fleshy growth.
2,000 foot cubed size fleshy growth.
God.
Can you imagine
Can
living
you
in
imagine?
there?
Oh yeah. Can you imagine the guy? Here's the thing. With rent in some places today, some people might not even bat an eye. They'd be like, inside fleshy growth. Yeah, but what are the amenities? Like, it would be like, what? Rent's that low? Ooh, inside of a fleshy growth. Does it have a washer and dryer? It does. Hmm.
Oh.
They're just, but it's in a deadly fleshy growth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You said that. Uh,
How many times has the walls been repainted?
yeah. Of course, they have the one electrical panel that's been painted white like 7 times.
Yeah. You gotta
Right.
chip it open with a chisel.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, modest size. They also say low rent yet again. Like low rent for who? Because I'm pretty sure yet again the janitor makes say 40, 60,000 low rent for them. Like I don't know. Uh, one wall of the room possesses a single window, though no such opening is visible from the exterior. The room contains furniture which, upon close examination, what about far examination? Uh, appears to be sculpted bone, woven hair, and various other biological substances produced by the human body. Okay, so the room is gross.
That's pretty metal.
It is pretty metal. Uh, but like, so no one would have to go in. So what about the level 5 janitor? He doesn't get to go in and clean it?
Guess not.
Or would that be like a dermatologist?
Oh.
Does a level 5 dermatologist have to come in and make sure everything's up and up?
You know, my guess is they don't care how its skin is, so they're just like, nah, we leave it.
Nah, fuck it. Uh, all matter tested thus far shown independent or fragmented DNA sequences from other objects in the room. So you're telling me a little bit of the table is a little bit of the couch. A little bit of the fridge is a little bit of the rug. That is gross.
It's a little bit of inbreeding right there.
Oh, little little interior design inbreeding.
Mmm.
Uh, references to date, subject has been responsible for the disappearance of 7 personnel. How they
Those
fucking disappear?
those were all the janitors, I bet you.
They're all they're all the level 5 dermatologists and janitors. It is also it has also in its time at the facility further furnished itself with 2 lamps, a throw rug, a television, a radio, a beanbag. Okay, so these are all fleshy things. Now, when you get to the telly, is it actually a television or is it a television shaped thing?
I don't know,
right?
but I'll tell you that there's, like you're saying, that person that was like, it's low rent, so I'll deal with it. There's still
Yeah.
somebody that wants to live here, even after hearing all this.
Like we've gone through, like 5 people have left, but there's like still like 6 people in the room. They're like, okay, keep going on. They're like, nope, still good.
Not a deal breaker for you? No, no,
Not
we're good.
no, no. I'll just have to kind of maneuver around stuff and figure things out. But for that low of rent, you should. It's all good.
It's all good in the hood.
Yeah. To date, subjects have been responsible for the disappearance of 7 personnel. It is also, at the time, the facility furnished itself further with beanbag chair, 3 books, in an unknown language, 4 children toys. Who is bringing a kid into this home?
I don't think it's who's bringing the kid in, but it's the home, I guess, hoping that kids are brought in. So it produces
it's
children's toys.
it's a really caring. I don't see how this is Euclid. Like I don't see how it's that dangerous of a thing. Because honestly, if it's making kids toys, it's not like malicious. It just wants the kiddies to have a good time. And a small potted plant. Tested with various of lab animals, including high primates, have failed to provoke a response in 002. Cadavers also fail to produce any effect. Whatever uh, whatever processes the subject uses to convert organic matter into furnishing is apparently only facilitated by introducing of living humans. Okay, I think that's the deal breaker.
No, there's still one person that's like, that's fine.
They'd be like, they just don't know how to fight. I'm willing to fight day in and day out for the rent. This one crazy ass motherfucker. Uh, the following is a brief report detailing the discovery of SCP-002. Subject was discovered in a small crater in northern Portugal, where it struck the Earth from orbit. Okay, I've seen a few of these, right, where it was found in blank of blank. Northern Portugal. Are they deliberately saying that? Or is it like the guy forgot to turn his GPS on when he found it? And they were like, where was it specifically? And he was like, here-ish? This
Well,
area?
you know how the SCP Foundation is. They're vague.
Very vague. So you think it's on purpose that it's northern Portugal?
For all we know, it was found in South America, and they're like, can't get them too close. Just say
Yeah.
northern Portugal.
So now that brings up another question. In this highly secured document, in a highly secured facility, they have another trickery where they say northern Portugal. Are they scared of tourists? People going and visiting with their giant globs of sunscreen on their nose, taking photos of it.
With their
This is where it landed.
right, some SCP enthusiast.
Some guy that just knows a little too much.
But this same guys were like, well, actually, it's not actually in northern Portugal.
Right.
It was
It's
actually
actually in this district or in this region. You need to be more precise. Expect more out of you, SCP Foundation. Um, Encased in a solid shell of thick rock, the fleshy exterior of the object was exposed by the impact. A native farmer happened upon the site and reported his findings to the village elder. Okay, imagine that fucking day you had. Right?
you're
Like,
just you're just out farming,
yeah.
doing your thing.
You notice there's a few coyotes that haven't been bothering you normally. You're like, where are they? You go find them, and they're just chewing on this fleshy mass in a crater.
Well, clearly he didn't go in because he
Yeah,
reported it back to his um,
village elder
the
there.
village elder. So he must have seen it from a distance and like, that's not normal. Ran
Yeah,
back.
how far do you think he saw the fleshy bit? Like he saw just the hint of fleshy mound, and he was like, "Nope."
Well, it's pretty big. It can contain a room inside.
Yeah,
So I don't know, a little bigger than a small sized room,
right.
which is pretty big.
Yeah, a modest size room.
Modest.
Subject gained SCP attention when a level 4 agent posted in the area detected a small radioactive anomaly generated by the object. Okay, wait. We haven't heard about this radioactivity that this object produces.
Hey, it said
Maybe that's
small.
what happened.
It said small. Maybe there's just a banana.
There's a banana nearby.
Maybe
One
like
of
two
those,
bananas.
yeah, some of those northern Portugal monkeys had a banana, dropped them off nearby. Because I was gonna say, now wait, what if it's not the room that's killing off the level 5 dermatologists and janitors? What if it's just the radiation?
So maybe.
Because I'm still not convinced that this is a malicious entity, right?
It may
Because
look
it
that
makes
way,
kids'
but
toys. Yeah, right? If I saw Flesh Man, I'm thinking evil, but, it makes kids' toys, and the only reason it ever like adds material to itself is when there's a living person introduced. It's not wanting to be rude. It's just like, hey, life is a modest low rent apartment is fantastic. I just want to introduce. It's no different than showing your friend a movie.
I mean, you know, they say go to where well, they say pedophiles go to where the kids are, right? So
Yeah.
in schools you have that supposedly a high rate. I don't know the statistics or anything.
Yeah.
So, the same would go here. It posts low rate rent for a modest sized room. It makes kid toys.
Yeah.
It's just attracting everybody it can.
Yeah. Got kids, I got low rent. It's modest, it's a big room. Like, come on, get inside.
The scammer on eBay doesn't just post, $1,000 cars.
Right.
They post everything to appeal to everybody.
Yeah. So you're saying this room is no different than a eBay scammer?
Mm, yeah, we'll go with that for now.
You want to go with that for now? Okay. All right.
Except
Collections
the scam is taking your
body.
matter and turning it into more furniture.
Uh, a collection squad of SCP security personnel led by General. How would you say that?
Mulhausen.
Muhlhausen
Mulhausen.
was immediately dispatched to the area, where they quickly secured the subject in a large container and performed initial testing with subject uh, recruited from the nearby village. Recruited?
No.
There needs to be some air quotes around recruited.
That's called kidnapped and never seen again.
It's like the draft, right? It's like, yeah, you're voluntarily entering the draft, and you're like, I ain't voluntarily doing shit. You're holding a gun to my head. uh, a level 4A termination? Okay, I guess there's different levels inside of A, or 4. Level 4A termination order of any witnesses. See, like I was saying, recruited, witnesses, all bullshit.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so they had 3 guys that they recruited from the area, sent them into the structure, and they disappeared. Upon discovering this deadly property of the subject, um, they just went, time to kill everyone. Just I don't
Huh.
know. I think that is I think that's a little extreme for me. Just saying. Even for the SCP Foundation, just three guys go into the room, they disappear, kill the whole village.
You know,
Touch out a line. Mountains and molehills. I would hate to be married to General Molehausen. It's like you left a sock on the floor. Well, time to burn the house down. It's like Jesus.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that hated to be married to him. Probably hundreds of
Yeah,
people hated it.
yeah,
No one's around to talk bad about him though, because
yeah. They went missing.
yeah.
Uh, so termination order of all witnesses, roughly a third of the village. How do you get away with that? How do you like? Yep, third of the village just dead, and no one is supposed to know who or how this happened
The
to
S-
ensure no outside knowledge of the object. Like, seems really. Um, and initiated its transport to SCP Foundation. Data expunged.
oh, they took the data out.
Oh,
They did that
taking
dirty
the data.
delete.
What? Okay. Northern Portugal, and then they expunge the facility. Just say it's the Northern Portugal facility. Or is that, yet again, that one guy who's like a massive SCP fan gonna go find the site? Can I see the flesh ball with the room in it?
No, I think they took it to their main facility, um, and then, I mean, data expunged. So
Yeah.
everything else from there they just crossed out. They did not follow good documentation practices there.
No, they were
They
just
they
like,
took the Sharpie, they scribbled that out, the whiteout over the Sharpie.
right. Broke all the rules. During preparation for transport, four SCP security personnel were inexplicably drawn inside the object. Well, it was low rent. I think
Inexplicably drawn. Yeah, low rent. That's very explicable.
that's very obviously okay. So we've figured out level 5 janitor makes a bit of cash, but security personnel, right, of fetching SCP levels, uh, deemed not worthy enough to pay them good enough, so they see a low rent apartment and they're like, you know what, it's got flesh, but it's not gonna be that bad.
And
So
that's appealing too. It's like working
yeah,
from living at work.
yeah, right. You're like, oh, I wake up literally when it's time to clock in, and I'm at work. Boom.
Yeah.
Although that would be one noisy ass neighbor.
Yeah.
Containment breach, and everyone's like, oh shit.
It's like when you get a house next to the railroad or like a fire station, it's
Yeah,
like you can't be mad because you knowingly signed this agreement.
yeah. This is kind of like owning a house in a war zone. You're like, probably gonna get blown up. I'll probably die, but hey, for this price, I like it. Um, they were explicitly drawn inside the object two where they too immediately disappeared. Following inspection, it appeared as if the object had grown. Why the air quotes around grown? It's a flesh monster. It can grow things. So they don't put air quotes around recruited, but they put air quotes around grown.
Right.
Come on. Several new furnishings, and was beginning to look like the interior of an apartment. So it originally didn't.
Okay.
So they were like, you know what? I could go home, grab the coffee table, bring it in, spruce it up a little bit, look nice. And then they became the coffee table. It was being looked like the interior of a small apartment. General Muhausen immediately ordered the requisition of several Class 3 hazmat suits for the remaining security team members who possessed to lift the container into a waiting freight ship for transport to SCP Foundation containment facility. Following the termination of General Muhausen, SCP-002 was re-secured by SCP staff and brought into special containment. Okay, so they bring it to the site. dirty delete, and then General Munchausen's killed off. Which
there is justice in this world.
there is
Well, he was only terminated though.
terminated. Well, okay, you're right, but I feel like termination for the SCP Foundation isn't you have to fire you. We're gonna give you some meds. You're gonna forget everything here. I feel like doing all that.
They didn't put air quotes around termination.
Yeah.
So, I think whoever writes these, kind of favors the SCP Foundation to make them not sound so awful.
Yeah.
So, termination should have air quotes.
Yeah. They were terminated in a retirement home where they spent the rest of their happy life. Air quotes abound. It was resecured by SCP staff and brought into special containment and classified, where it currently resides. Staff with clearance below level 3 have been denied access to the container. Okay, now I feel like this is like a slumlord kind of a thing. Let the people choose to live in a low rent apartment at the risk of their own life. People today do that.
It's true.
Like, let them choose, damn it. Access to the container without prior approval of at least 2 level 4 officers after the Milhausen incident.
So first off, you got to be pretty high up, right?
Yeah.
Then approval of at least 2 level 4 staff.
Yeah.
So, you got to be pretty special to live in that apartment.
Yeah.
But if you're that special, I guess after all that time you've spent, I guess they're cutting you a good deal on rent. So
right. And hey, bring some friends over, dodge the people eating tentacles, and then boom, new sofa, new love cushion. Like,
there's the thought process right there. It's like, I want to refurnish this house. Don't have a ton of money. I'm gonna throw a tailgate
pizza party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come over. We're watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm gonna be out getting ice while you guys set up.
Come back. Bam. Newly
refurbished. Yeah. And hey, who knows? Maybe it goes from a low rent, modestly sized, and it increases in size. So you're still low rent and bigger size.
That's true.
It's just
now while this is true, right?
Yeah.
How it's contained is in this a box essentially.
Yeah.
So, say it's fed this organic matter.
Yeah.
Would it, if not in the box, it would grow in size.
Yeah.
Because it's in the box, does it essentially cave in, or does it just fill up with stuff? Is this
you're right.
Is this like a hoarder's house where there's just no room to move around?
Right. They're like, I gotta refurbish. They throw have some friends over and all that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden, damn it, I lost the bathroom. Just caves in like shit.
Now, can you remove furniture?
Yeah, now that's the question, right? If you go in there with a butcher's knife, cut away at some stuff, is it gonna get pissed at you?
Does it reclaim what you just took?
Well, I don't think so, because it only takes living humans.
Oh, that's true.
So you would cut this out, throw it away, right? So I guess you could actually reclaim the bathroom after it's taken out. Yeah. I want to see, because they have those things where it's 24 hours in the metaverse or in VR. I want to see 24 hours in Flesh House. Just a GoPro.
Yeah. One of those horrible vlogger views. What's up, YouTube? We're spending 24 hours in the Flesh House. 3 minutes in, it's like They're
Cuts
gone.
to black, and it's like he was never seen ever again.
Well, it would be, it's released on the internet, and then it's like it's showing the video, cuts to black, and it's like data expunged.
Like, Foundation got to it.
Yeah.
How could they? Data expunge. That's like a hotkey on their keyboards. It's gone.
They have escape right next to it. They have expunge.
Yeah. Well, all right. That's been SCP-002. I honestly believe it's not an evil entity. I just think it's lonely and it wants people and it has a hard time communicating.
You know, I'm sure that speaks to a lot of people out there.
Alrighty.
A lot of people are in the same boat.
And next time we will do SCP-003 and we'll see what kind of crazy nonsense the Foundation's hiding with that one.
Already.